Good morning, students. This is Deepika Luna, your IT teacher, is once again with you with a new tutorial. So let's start with today's topic. So, children, how was your online test? Did you enjoy it? It was easy, and I know you all were able to attempt all the questions, and you really enjoyed it. So, well done for your first IT test. You all did well. So, let's start with today's topic. As you know that we have already started with unit 11 database development, and we have discussed about a few topics, that is what is database, DBMS, RDBMS, what are the different data types available in DBMS, then what are the different keys available in DBMS. So we will continue with the next topic now. So today we will learn some more about database. So in today's tutorial we will learn about database components. So there are basically four different components of a database. The first component is table. Second component we have form. Third component is query. And the fourth component is report. Tables. What are the tables? We have discussed it in the previous lesson also, that in journal if we say, then table, it is a combination of rows and column, and the smallest unit of the table is cell, which forms by the intersection of row and a column. A database is actually made up of different components. Several components are there, but table is most significant, because whenever you are storing your data into the database, the first component which will be used ever, that will be table. So tables actually hold your related data into a structured format, and all the data in a database is always stored in one or more tables. Now, table name is very important, which describes that the type of data is stored in a table. For example, if we say that a table that stores information about books in a library would simply be named books. So that is table. And table is further can be have different parts of it, like rows, column, which we can say as tuple, record, as we discussed earlier also, then cell, data item is individual value entered in your table cell. Next we have query. What is query? Query is actually another word for question. In fact, outside of computing terminology, the word query and question can be used interchangeably. For example, if you need additional information from someone, you might say, I have a query for you. In computing, queries are used to retrieve the information on the basis of some set of conditions. See, the very real power of a relational database lies in its ability to quickly retrieve and analyze your data by running a query. If you ask a question to the teacher in a class, that is also a query. If you ask something to your mother or to your father to get some information, that is also a query. Queries actually, they allows you to pull information from one or more tables on the basis of some set of search conditions, which will be defined by you. For example, if you ask a question that what are the available books in my library, or we can say who bought this product in the last month. These are the examples of query. So queries are basically helps join information from different tables. As we know, in relational database we store data or information in multiple tables, then we join these tables to get some information, or we can say to filter that information. Filtering means again that some criteria will be used to hide some data and present only what you want to see. If you have a database of library, for example, and you just want, when you suppose you go to the Amazon website, and when you just want to search for some electronic items, so you just want to see electronic items. It can be some accessory related to your device or some devices as well. It can be speaker, it can be your mouse you want to check, it can be some mobile phone or smartphone, some laptop you want to check. So if you want to check only the electronic item and you do not want to see the dresses or other accessories or other items, so you are actually providing some condition that you want to present, or you want to see only the data related to electronic items. So that is also a query. Next we have form. Form is also a very important component of a database. While you can always enter data directly into database tables, you might find it easier and more user friendly to use forms. Just think, when you uh, get an admission form, whose information you are filling in that form? Of course, you are going to get admission, so your own information you will fill in it. It means in that particular document only specific information about you will be entered. Now similarly, if you have been asked to enter your information in a table where the information of all other your friends has been also entered, so it might be possible that you may enter information somewhere where your friend information was supposed to enter. Forms ensure you are entering the right data in the right location and format. This can help keep your database accurate and consistent. With forms, database designer they can control exactly that how users are able to interact with the database. They can even set restrictions also, that to make it ensure that all the data which is required, which is needed, is entered, and it is entered in a valid format. This is useful because keeping data consistent and organized is very essential or very important for any of the accurate and powerful database. Next, report. Reports gives you the ability to present your information from your database in an easy to read and visually appealing printed format. We take the example, then you can create a simple report of phone numbers for all your contacts, or a summary report on the total sales across different regions and time periods. If we take a simple example, report or the document which you get at the end of the session after appearing for your final examination, that is also a report. If someone goes to a doctor for some health checkup and when some test is being done and then they are handed over a printed document, that is also an example of report. On the basis of today's topic, you have to write down the answers of these three questions on your notebook. The first one is, what are the different components of a database? What is the use of query? And define form and report. See, children, this topic is very important from the point of view of 1 mark, because generally the question is being asked in the form of fill up or in 1 mark. Like it can be simply asked define form, define report, or the definition will be given in the form of a blank. So you have to prepare this topic for maximum 2 marks. Like what is a form, what is a query, what is a report, what is a table. So such question can be asked. So today we learned the different components of a database, that is table, query, form and report. See, if you feel that some things you are not able to understand or how practically we will do this, only the theoretical part has been discussed, so don't worry. In the further tutorials we will once again discuss all these tools with the practical topics, so it will be more clear to you. So till that time, just recap all these tools, go through from your book and read these topics from the books also. Till that time, thank you, have a nice day.